Hello everyone, my name is Murat. Welcome to my YouTube channel, also my TikTok channel as well. And thank you for subscribing to me and following me on TikTok. And on this video, it's another big project of replacing evaporator on a 2020 Hyundai Palisade. So stay tuned as I show you step-by-step procedure and of removing the evaporator. So stay tuned, guys. Alright, so as you can see, this is the interior and there's a lot of things to take out. And I start removing this little plastic here by using the trim tool. And notice I'm using plastic trim tools only when I remove plastic parts. So let's take a look inside. How we're gonna tackle this mission here. So you can see there's two hidden bolts here. Let's remove the steel frame out. And we gotta make sure everything looks good. As you can see, there's cracks on the dashboard, showing sign of aging. Also, the screen here is kind of faded. So we gotta be very cautious when removing parts here because there are cracking out. Let's take a look at the driver's side. There is another side. I remove this plastic as well here. And also we're gonna remove here as well. And there is like a little faded spot right here. I don't know how this happened. I was wondering if she parked her car in the sunlight. So this is how we're gonna do it. So we're gonna tackle all this stuff here. I think first things first, removing the center console by lifting up this plastic trim. And we have to be very cautious because the signs of these plastics start cracking up. So we want to make sure that we don't crack as too much as possible. And we're gonna remove all these belongings out of the way. And yeah, so we will show you step by step on how we're gonna do it and remove the stuff. So stay tuned, guys, as I progress this video. So let me give you an update what's happening here. So I was very cautious of taking out these parts because majority of them is just like one screw and then you pry it out. So as you can see, we have this piece been lifted up, and you have to use a pry bar like this size, this tool here, and you gently put it under here and then just keep prying it. Pop, 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 and then pop up on the other side, and lift it out with your hand as slowly as possible, like no force it out. You want to lift it out gently, gently, and then gently here. The same thing with here. There's a screw right here as a Phillips, this side here. So you unscrew that one first, and then you pull it out with your pry bar, and then you just keep pulling it one at a time, and then that should be taken out of the way. Also, I got the glove box out. There was like four clips, plastic clips, and you release the damper. There is two on each side here. You just unscrew it, and then there's like a slide pins here on the bottom. You just pull it out, and then the whole glove box comes out. Okay, and the next step now is to remove this piece right here. But first of all, we're gonna start moving the other side here, and then we'll continue moving along this project. So stay tuned, guys, as I progress. Alright, so far let me give you an update of what's happening here. Okay, as you can see, we took out the bottom panel, and it was a simple straightforward. It's just like a couple of screws, like about 4 screws, and they are laying right over there. Then we have all this exposing, so I think we might have to remove this one. We'll have to remove the airbag module on the bottom, and we have to take out this piece right up there. We have the controls removed from on top, which I will show you in the back. This is the controls I was talking about. It has 4 screws on it. And here are all the parts are laying out right there. As you can see, this is the bottom piece I was telling you about. And there was a hidden screw here, so you gotta pull out this tab and then take out the screws. There's a couple of screws on this side as well. See the holes. And then you just pry it out nice and gently. And that's it, you got everything out there. It's a go-up compartment I was talking about. Here's a little piece here. It's just a one screw hole in this one, and you just pry it open. It all clips, as you can see. That's about it. Yeah, we're moving along. Easy peasy and slowly. I'm sorry I couldn't show you guys how I did it because it's only me alone filming this video. And hopefully I'll have someone to help me with the filming while I'm showing to you at the same time how I do it. Okay, in the meantime, I'll just record and see how this goes along. And stay tuned as I progress more and more. So our next step now is to remove the radio assembly. And it's held on by these two screws here. So I'm going to remove this one. We're going to remove this entire plastic here. And be careful how you remove it because this plastic is very thin. Very, very thin. And as you can see, this is faded. It's like it started to peel. This is just a plastic thing that is popping up from the sunlight. So I just want to be careful how you take this out. Alright, so stay tuned as I progress removing this thing. And I will show you what's the finished result here. Okay, so you see how I noticed when I pull it out, and you start from here, and you want to put this plastic trim underneath here, and then just pull it out. That will get you a start. And then you go one by one, pull it, here, and then pull it on top. Where is it? These plastics are very, very thin. Here we go. Just want to be careful in how you're removing it. Okay. Well, I'm going to put the phone down and use my two hands, so I'll show you how I took out completely. Alright, so as you can see, I got everything off, and it was quite a little difficult here, but luckily it wasn't break. So here it is, this little plastic trim. And you just go ahead and disconnect this little harness right here, and then you remove it. Okay, and as you can see the damaged screen here, so this was part of the screen. So I think the customer will know about this one, but I'll let her know. But this is not my concern, because my concern to do here is replace the evaporator. So stay tuned as I progress more and more. But right now, my focusing on removing the center console, so I'll do that next. So stay tuned, guys, as I keep you guys posted. Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys an update on what's happening right now. So as you can see, that I got the center console moved. You just hold on into 4 bolts. So it's one on top here and then here, and there's 2 more down here. You just gotta take out this cover and clear all the trash out of the way, which is not a trash. I'm sorry to say that. And then there's this harness here. You just pull it out and then you take it out. It's very easy. Now next is moving this piece right here. As you can see, it's kind of wiggles now because I got 4 screws out. The main 4 screws here. That's the main 4 screws here. So there's one like on each, one down here, here and here, somewhere here. It's one here and one there. And there's 2 here on the top, not this one here, because this one is just a regular Phillips. There's one here and there's one there, and it's kind of shaky now, as you can see. Shaky, so I guess there's some more bolts down here hitting, and then by the time I get rid of them, then I should just slide it out easily. So we'll keep it posted on that, because that's the thing, that's the first thing you gotta do, is to take out the center console before you take out this piece right here, and then you take out this piece. And then next off, we'll take out the airbag module, the instrument cluster, and I think that's about it. And then we'll start taking out the side trims for the airbag, and then I should just start lifting up the whole entire dashboard. So stay tuned, guys. Oh, and by the way, the radio as well. There's 4 screws here, 2 here and 2 here, and just pull the whole radio out. So stay tuned as I progress. Alright, so let me give you guys an update. As you can see, I got the center console off right now. So it's usually 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, because you gotta remove this panel here. And when you remove this panel, gently remove it, but starting, pry up this one. Once you pry it out, then you slide it out. Okay, and that's for here, and then that'll expose the screw for right here. It goes here. So when you take it out, it goes on the other side, and then you slide it out. That's about it. And they just slide all the harnesses out of this hole like that. And then there's a couple of harnesses on the bottom you gotta disconnect. Once you get that disconnected, then you will remove the entire console out, which is down here. So you just gotta pull a little bit. You expose them more. There's 2 harnesses here, actually 3 of them. No, actually it's 2. So it's probably here. There's 1 here and there's 1 there. You just remove it out. You just unplug it. As you can see, I got this one out. This one, let me just shine a light here so you can see how it's done. Probably there's a button here somewhere. Right, there it is. There we go. See? Got it out. So just push this button here and you just put it out. And then that's it. And you remove the whole entire thing. The whole console out. And that's about it. And now we can focus on removing this giant plastic here and the controllers here. And then we'll proceed on removing the radio, instrument cluster, the airbag module on the bottom. And then we'll see if we can bring down the whole entire serial down. Because majority of the cars, you always have to bring the serial down. And I think we'll proceed on removing the dashboard. So stay tuned, guys, as I progress once again. So this is why I have to stop doing this piece right here, because there was something missing. And it's a good thing you have to remove the center console first, because all the screws are exposed right here. There's one here, there's a washer here, and another nut, a screw here. Once you take them all off, and I think there's another one here, and someplace down here. We'll look for it. And once it's all done, and there's one here as well. So when you get all these things out, then this whole piece will come out. Okay, so as you can see, I got the whole panel off. So be mindful, there's some wire harnesses might get disconnected. There are 2 of them right here. So one on top there, and there's another one on the other side by the end. I will show it to you. And I got this thing out. So usually, start the console first, and then you take out all the screws for this piece here, and then you take out this piece, the last, like that. Okay. So now our next job now is to remove the radio and the instrument cluster and the airbag module. Here I'm doing an evaporator replacement. I'm ripping up all the dashboard just to get to the evaporator. So here's an update. I got the whole plastic piece out the bottom, and also I got the plastic piece here to take out the instrument cluster. And I want to remove the radio. I got the 4 screws out, and then after that we'll take out this little piece, this piece right here, and then we'll go on to the airbag modules. So stay tuned. Alright, so here's an update on what's happening. So we got the radio out, we got the instrument cluster out. It's held up by 4 screws, and this back piece right here, the plastic. So I guess the first thing we gotta do is take out the radio. Then you take out the screws for the plastic behind, and then you take out the instrument cluster like that. And then also you gotta dismount the plastic trims for the steering wheel, the two covers. So you just, there's like one screw on the bottom, so you just take it out and then you pry it down, and that'll separate the outer portion of the plastic out. So now our next step now is to remove the side panels, and to do that there is like a screw right here. I'll show it to you with the light. You see, as you can see, maybe you can see it. You see there's a screw right here, and to take that one out, you have to use this ratchet here with the Phillips on. So I'm gonna take it out and then show you the removal completely. It's the same thing as the other side. And then after that, it will start removing all the nuts and bolts for the dashboard. So stay tuned, guys. Alright, so far I got the A-pillar out. You can see, they call it the A-pillar. And to take it out, there's just one clip here. And there's like a piece of plastic clip. So that's fun. And then to take these out, there's like two notches. You just squeeze it and then pull it. That's about it. It's kind of right here. So it's not from here, not here, but you gotta pull this airbag out on the side, and you see it on there. You just gotta reach it out and feel for it. There's like two notches. Or if you use something like this, you could reach it in there and then just squeeze it. Squeeze it up, and then squeeze the two tabs, like I'm gonna show it to you right now. So it's the same example. And you just put the two clips there, and then you just squeeze it and then pull it. And that's about it. It's very simple. It might take a lot of tries, but you'll get it. Okay, so as you can see, we got the two A-pillars out. It was quite a challenge because I don't know how to do it, but I got it out. Anyway, next up is we're gonna prepare this thing off to take out the ambient sensors. There are two of them, one there and one here. I think one is an ambient and one that controls the daylight for the headlights. So I don't know which is which. I think this is for the, I think that'll be the ambient, that's for the headlights maybe, I'm not sure, but don't take my word for it. Alright, so we just unplug, we prior up the plastic with a plastic trim bar. It was kind of difficult, obviously you have to force it out, but gently unforce it at the same time. There's two connectors, one here and one here. You release it out and that's it. And then there's a speaker right here. You want to unscrew the screws and unplug it here as well. And then finally, maybe finally it's time to take out the dashboard. That's it. And we will reveal the HVAC unit. I think that module will be the last thing to take out. So because we have to bring out the steering wheel as well. So we'll progress further and stay tuned as always. Alright, so as you can see, we have the top portion off along with the two sensors, the ambient and the nighttime sensor. Also, I got the radio out as well. Now we're about to begin removing the entire dashboard. So there's one screw here, and there's another screw here. It's a nut. This one here. There's another one in here. You can see right there is where the light shines. And then probably there's some down here. Let's see where it is. No, that one is off already. So there's a nut here, and I took it off. I put it with the center console nuts and bolts. So that one's off already. And you gotta check to make sure there's one here as well, as you can see, where I shine the light. Right there. See, you can see. You just have to move everything out of the way, and then you go from the passenger side. I'll show you. So the stuff here. I already took out one nut here, this one here, and there's a couple of washers nuts, one here, one there, and there's two for the airbag module. And you want to disconnect the wires harnesses for the airbag module on the passenger side, and then after that, I think you just raise it up and then pull it out. And I don't think there is none up here, so I guess you just raise it up and then pull it out, and that's about it. Alright, so there is one other thing that I forgot to mention, is that you have to and you must take out this piece here off, and it's easy. You just pull it out gently, and there was another hidden bolt right here. Also on the other side, as you can see, it's already, see, the dashboard is shaking, so it's loose now. Also, there's another one here. And there is another piece here as well, so you gotta pull that one out as well. And there's another hidden bolt right there. Just take it out. I have to break down so much, but about it. Now we just have to a little persuasion and finessing around to take it out. Just move this cable out of the way. Move this cable out of the way so that way it's frees. And then you want to be careful, because now you have enough room to take out the two harnesses for the passenger side airbag module. See? Now, so you can lift it up and then pull out these two connectors right now by using the this one here. You use a pick here and then pry it out from the two latches. There's like a two locking latches up there, so you just pull it out. So it requires that one hand hold up, and then they use the other hand to do it, but I cannot do it while filming because I'm going to need to use both hands. So I'm going to show you the finished result and the procedure of removing the dashboard. So stay tuned, guys. Love you all. Alright, so you gotta be careful when you remove the dashboard. So you can see on the inside, see these two air ducts, and it's on the front of that steel bar right there. So you gotta lift the whole thing out and then pull it out. So I'm still trying to finesse it around here. I'm trying to get this cover out, but it won't come out. I wonder why. Unless there's another screw somewhere, so I'm gonna look for it and then take it out. In the meantime, I'll see if I can take out the dashboard without taking out the steering wheel column down. Alright, so as I can see, I got it lifted up over. And then now we're on the edge of removing this dashboard, so I guess you just go to the other side and then lean it forward to me. And you will see the results of I have removed the dashboard. It was not that easy, but I got it out. It takes a trainer to do this job. And you know that bunch of evaporator replacements that I get the idea of how to remove all these parts out. Very simple. So stay tuned as I remove this dashboard and do some other stuff to take out as well. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I got the dashboard out finally after long hours of working, and it's out. This is how it looks like. The dashboard of the Hyundai. Alright, now I got the hard one out of the way. Now it's time to remove the HVAC unit, and here it is. This is the HVAC unit, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how we're going to tackle this one out. It's the same thing as like any other, like the Toyotas and the Nissans and all that stuff. You just have to Slack off the harnesses, and then you're gonna remove these bolts here, that bolt, and then you gotta remove that one as well. That bolt here, and then bolt here and here. That's the bolts, mounting bolt that holds the HVAC. And then you do the same on the other side. Just give enough slack up the wires, and then you bring the whole thing down. Is there any of the bolts? Oh, there's a bolt here, so you can see. And there's one here, so you definitely gotta take out the cowls outside. And that's it. So we're gonna get busy on this one, but first things first, let's take out the airbag module on the bottom and bring the steering wheel down, and then we'll start taking out all this stuff here. Alright, so I just had a lunch break and I'm drinking coffee right now, this time. So as you can see, we took out the dashboard already. And right now I'm trying to get the steering wheel down. I already took out the airbag module. It's pretty straightforward. Just two nuts, and you disconnect this connector for the airbag module for the driver's side. Excuse the noises. So now I'm trying to get the steering wheel down, so that way I can taking out the bar, so I could get access to the airbag. Stay tuned, you guys. Alright, so now to take out the steering wheel, is first things first, you gotta give some slack on the wires, because we're gonna rest that steering wheel on top of that one, on top of the chair. So what I did is I pull out this wire here, and I disconnect the wires from this module. There's a main connector right up there. Maybe you guys can see it. This is it right here. It's like two wires, and the main wire goes right down here. So two connectors, and the main big one right here, which is this one. These two here and that one here. We find the bolt is right above me, so I'll just go get 12mm nut. It should be 12mm on the back as well. I'll grab my ratchet here. And I'm starting this tool, gear wrench, the awesome tool ever, because I love gear wrench. That's my favorite tool. I stay with it. The thing is right behind there. Should be above here somewhere. So just give me a minute, guys. I'll stay tuned as I put this thing down. Alright, so I finally got the steering wheel out. So 12mm, 12mm, and a 14mm long bolt that goes on top behind there somewhere. You can see it from here. So the next thing I want to do now is to dismantle wires and start dismantle all the bolts for the brace. Also, we're going to dismantle the heater core hoses down here and the AC line over there on this side. So we have to remove this whole towel to reveal those spring bolts inside. So stay tuned as I call this. Alright, so I'm going to do a little recording here. So the wire harnesses, so we can follow up where all those harnesses go all together. Okay. And that the ground's here. There's another ground down here. About over here. There should be another one on top there. Alright, so be mindful of this one. We're going to take all these wiring harnesses out. Alright guys, we're back again, and this is the second day of removing the evaporator on the 2020 Palisade. As you can see, we're left off with removing the wire harnesses for the interior. So the beginning was removing these wire harnesses. As you can see, we're just taking it out here. And then we're going to start removing the bars. But first things first, what we want to do first is we're going to start removing the cowl. I already started taking out the nuts for the wiper arms, and we're going to remove this entire plastic mix. That was that bars. So it's just removing the two wipers, and there are like clips here on each end. After you remove the clips, then you're going to remove this hose here. That's for the windshield washer that's connected here. Just separate it. Like give it a twist, and then you pull it up. Now like that, you just lift it up, and then you pull it gently. As you can see, I got it up very gently without no struggles. And you just remove it. I'm gonna get these clips up because you don't need to take it off. Just lay it down someplace. And clean up all these leaves here. All these to be cleared out. That's for ventilation for the AC. Alright. Now we're beginning to take out the towel here. This metal piece here. Alright, so I'm gonna give you an update on where I am right now. So, in order for me to disconnect the hose, I'm gonna have to take out the entire air filter box and the battery. And then just to have enough room to dismount the two hoses for the heater core. I take out the plastic. Don't need to take out this piece right here because this is welded on it. But luckily for me, I got access to the 3 bolts on top. So I'm gonna have to take out these 3 bolts. No need to take out the wiper arms. Or maybe I might have to take it out, but we'll see. I also dismount the AC. As you can see, but the expansion valve is still there. But what I'm going to do is, when I take out the whole unit, there's like a rubbery foam pad that's there. I will take this out as well, and I will go from the inside and then dismount the expansion valve with it as well. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'll proceed this. So we're moving forward. Alright, so far let me give you an update of what's happening now. I took out the heater core hoses, and also you will have to take out the rubber insulator and the brackets held on by 2 10mm nuts. These 2 10mm nuts. Also, you will have to do the same thing for the AC lines. Where is it? This is the rubber thingy, and has the 2 screws here. I'll put them right here in this cover, so that way you could take it out as well. So this is ready to take out now. And then now what I'm going to work on is to take out these 3 screws here. So I might have to end up taking out the wiper arms for the wiper motor, and then dismount the 3 bolts there. And then we should continue working on the inside. Alright, so we got the mounting bolts out, and unfortunately we have to end up taking out the wiper arm motor as well. So we got the mounting bolts. Now we have everything disconnected from the outside. Now we'll continue on disconnecting from the inside, which is a bar. and then start moving out everything out of the way. Yeah, this is the bar right here that was holding up everything. So let's lodging into this section right here. Okay, so next off is I will continue removing the wires, the grounds and everything. Keep in mind about the two grounds here. There is a ground here, there is a ground on the bottom, there's a ground on top here, there's a ground over there somewhere right there. So you gotta make sure you put back these grounds or else you have a bunch of clothes showing up. Alright, so I'm gonna continue this job and I will proceed in removing the bar. And then I should be taking out the HVAC units. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so far what I have to do is that I have to disconnect all the harnesses for the HVAC. So there's one here, and there's this one right down here I disconnected. There's the next one for the bottom here, which where the blend door module is. There's a connector right here. So now we're gonna take out this module here because it looks like we're gonna have to lift up all this wire and then move out of the way. Okay, as long as here, you're gonna disconnect everything from here and remove these two mounting bolts for the ground right here, and then we'll lift up this whole harness and move out of the way. Alright, so far I took out all the harnesses out of the bar. So you see it's loose. It's because the bar will have to come out and slide out. Okay, and that's why exactly I did. So I just disconnect all the bars, the wire harness out of the bar, and even the ground as well. All the grounds are disconnected, and all the clips are disconnected as well. And all these three things that's going right here, these color looking thingies that has a clip on it, it's all disconnected. All three of them here, and there is a one disconnected from behind there as well. So now what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take out the BCM. I think that's the BCM. I'm gonna dismount the BCM and then we should start taking out the bar itself. Also, there's a wire harness on the other side there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's one in here. I disconnect that as well because they all are connected to the AC units. So everything is connected. So now I'm gonna dismount the BCM. I don't want to crumble up the BCM. Oh yeah. There we go. Sits there. And now we can move the thing out. Remove this latch here. Forward. There we go. Now it's all dismounted. You can see they're all dismounted. Alright, and the steering wheel fell off. There's slack there, so that shouldn't hurt the steering wheel. As long as there's like enough slack and there's not pull and tug, it's good. And let me show you this wire I was talking about. This wire right here. This wire here was disconnected from this here, this one here. Okay, so you have disconnected along with the two clips here I was holding it. That is wrapped around here somewhere on each hole, and then that's it. Okay, now the moment of truth, guys. The moment of truth is there's still some more hooky right here. Someone here, get that one out of the way, and I'm going to check the outer side, double check everything, and then we proceed on moving out the mounting bolts for the bar. Alright, so there are 1, 2, both here, 3, 4, 5. There's a nut behind her, so you gotta go from behind. 6. One from down here. Let's check the other side. 7 here. 8. And then 9. This is the ground. 9. Let's look at the other side. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think I feel there's another one here. 13, 14 right here. And then 15, 16, and 17. Okay, so 18 bolts holding this bar. Okay, so we're gonna go from behind this one and take that one out. And take this one out. And then we should be taking out the entire bar.